And we back.
Yo, what's going on, man?
Episode number 3.
Yes, sir. Number three.
Number 333. Trois. Like
What?
menage a trois.
Really? You gonna start off like that already?
It's a foolery, John, right?
I understand, but is that how you want to start it?
I mean, gotta get the foolery juices flowing.
If you say so, dog. If you say so.
So if y'all tuned into the previous pod, we broke down generational curses and, a bunch of things that we can do as a people to better ourselves and, just get the race going in general. You know what I mean? But today, we gonna go the opposite route.
Yeah, you're gonna take a turn for the worse, I guess.
Yeah, and when I say opposite route, I don't really mean opposite, but yeah, like Mike said, take a turn for, I wouldn't say the worst, but. So we're gonna talk about girls. Today is about girls, females.
Obviously.
Typically the ones that we've, had crushes on back in the day in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, might name drop one or two I got crush on right now. You know what I'm saying?
But trust me, that's not gonna be the bulk of it. It's definitely gonna be heavily centered on. Well, it will be heavily centered on that.
Yeah.
But we are gonna have to talk about a couple of other things outside of that.
Oh yeah, of course. The whole, we're gonna get into some dating and why dating is the way it is, why it isn't the way it is, or all that good stuff.
Yeah, all the stuff that gets the juices flowing.
Yeah, and that's gonna be our turn for today. All right, so before we get started though, you want to just promote the stuff now and not wait till the end.
I mean, we definitely could.
In case people, bail out before the end.
Yeah, we definitely could. So, first and foremost, like we do short films, stuff like that. We short film skits. We even just regular photography. If you feel as though you want to be a part of that, I'll let you know, we ain't rich.
Right.
We ain't rich. So, if you really want to be a part of that and get your name out there just a little bit, then feel free to hit us up. Like Abe, you can hit him up on his page, Bear Blackman.
Yes, sir.
That's on Facebook, Bear Blackman. He also has another page, Avery Blackman. Mine, Michael Watford, WATFORD.
Mm-hmm.
And I also on Instagram, 4 of a Kind Mike. That's 4OFAKYND _ And then Avery, his drop your IGs, bro.
Yeah. So one is the same as Facebook, Bear Blackman, Bear _ Blackman, and then to piggyback on his page, I also have a 4 of a Kind subdivision page, which is 4 of a Kind, the same way you spell his _Teddy _photography, and then we have the regular 4 of a Kind.
Yeah, just the 4 of a Kind page in general. That's for the group itself.
Right. And so now that we got that out the way, where we starting at, brother? Are we?
Yeah, let's just jump into what people came here for. The crushes. Who do we have a crush on in high school? I know you probably had a lot more than I have, so I'm going to hand the foolery over to my bro. Go ahead, bro.
All right, so how you just want me to run? Cause you don't want to break it down. Do we want to do grade by grade? Like I do 9th grade.
Man,
you do 9th
it don't
grade,
even matter. You can just drop. It don't even matter what grade.
All right, so I went to Forrestville Military Academy, Fake Law Academy, John.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I'm a year older than Mike, so I was there from 03 to 07. Mike is 08.
Yeah,
04 to 08. Yeah, for people that can't do math.
It's going to disrespect him like that already.
Can't do the basic subtraction and addition, 08. So my 9th grade year was 2003. When I first came to Forrestville, I'll just start off by saying, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. They warned me about these females. Your mom warned you about females, and you're going to high school. It's going to be a lot of good-looking girls there, but Mom, that talk should have been way more, deeper than that. Because that statement right there did not do some of these girls justice.
Man, it did not. It did not. It did not.
Like you was saying, like it's gonna be some good looking females. You ain't say it was gonna be Satan in there with a dress on. You know what I'm saying? So just Satan's walking
Yo,
around. Like
that's exactly how it was.
like it's like, and before I even touch on like girls in my grade and 10th grade, like the seniors was like grown ass women.
Oh my goodness, they were gorgeous.
Yeah,
And I mean, they were stacked too. It wasn't even just the fact that they looked older. Their body had pretty much just jumped up in age immediately.
Facts.
Like they look like IG models.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they.
Except they had real parts.
Yeah.
Not I ain't gonna, like some of them were kind of like they might have been artificial, but oh my god, back then we couldn't tell.
Yeah, you can't tell. And you know, and girls, as long as your butt soft. I never felt fake titties before, so I don't really. Fake titties soft?
I don't know.
Is silicone soft?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Like, see, now I feel like I got a science project to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me go see if.
Let me go out there and find a female. So
Which one I got a boob job? I want to see something. Some question for a friend.
Yeah, when I'm doing a science project, I need this. I need to figure out what my hypothesis is going to jump to. Is it going to be softer or is it going to be more firm?
Yeah, that's a very, very interesting question. But so, in ninth grade, which is it's going to be difficult because I didn't know too many of the females by name. Because some of the girls that look too good, scared to approach them anyway. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't.
I remember having a crush on Ashley, last name McCray. So she was light skinned, lived around here. She was in the 11th grade when I was in 9th grade. So, you know what I'm talking about, right?
See, I never really knew most of the seniors, really. But if I was to see their face, I probably would. But from what you told me, like she's actually friends with the girl Tiffany that when I was in 9th grade, I had a crush on her. I was
right.
Like, oh,
which most people did. And to this day, because she still looks amazing. Well, they both still look amazing. Like, one is like caramel and thick, and the other one is just vanilla and thick. And they're both pretty, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, it's almost like you got a little small or something. You know what I'm saying? Perfect
yeah,
combination.
but you're not going to get both of them at once. That shit ain't going to happen.
Yeah, and if you do, something's like, you might be about to die, you know. Like, if life give you something like that, you either going to hell or, you know what I'm saying? It's going, you know, it's no way. It's just no way.
It's like the calm before the storm. Like, there's something bad is going to happen.
Facts. But yeah, I remember I used to have a humongous crush. Huge. Like, I used to want to go to school just to see her. Yeah. And I remember it used to be like snowing and shit. And you get the snow days. And I used to be so blown because I wasn't going to see her.
Yeah, because the buses.
Yeah, or because we wasn't in school in general. And that was my only way to, you know what I'm saying? And it was like, damn. That was like that 30 seconds of her just walking past and, hey, Brie. Like, that, how you doing? You know, and that, I'm like, all right, now my heart just melting for the rest of the day and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel, dog. I had that same problem. Like, man, I had gym class with Tiffany.
Oh, wow.
And, man, you get
to see her in the basketball show.
No, I was like, I couldn't contain myself. Like, I talked to her one time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember, like, she was running up and down the court, and she was, like, I asked her, like, this is just random. Like, my first time ever mustering up the opportunity, like, I'm mustering up enough strength to talk to her.
Uh-huh.
I was like, yo, like, why you running like that? She's like, oh, I got to go to the bathroom. That's the reason why I'm running so much, so I don't pee on myself. I was like, okay. Damn. So, like, that's, like, all I knew from her, like, about me talking to her, really. Like,
right.
Mostly it was just me crushing on her. I felt as though, like, she was way too pretty and much too older for me to actually have a chance at that.
Fact.
So, when you get to a point where you're talking to somebody that's older, like, I'm in the 9th grade. To me, I was a child.
Right, and we were.
I mean, yeah,
and we were. And for disclaimer, we look like children.
Yeah, we did.
We didn't come in like how they probably
Yeah,
looked.
they came in like, ninth grade later on. Like it was just different.
Yeah, super different. Like,
But
I look back at my ninth grade picture, and I was like, yeah, you're a baby face, no facial hair,
no facial hair at all, dog.
yeah. So, that's the only one you had a crush on in ninth grade.
Ninth grade, like for real, yeah. I think that might have been the only girl that I really had a crush on in like ninth grade, cause most of the females that I was like talking to, like actually had conversations with.
Right.
It was just like we was cool. That was just it. We was just cool.
Yeah, I was cool with a lot of chicks. That was like my biggest crush in ninth grade. I had a couple more crushes. It was one chick named Ashley, another chick named Ashley. I'll say, I don't remember her last name, but she was like real dark skin, pretty, like she's from the motherland or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, those be the ones that those be the ones that get you.
Yeah, so she was in the 12th when I was in the 9th, and she's like just super stacked, big butt, titties was sitting nice, real dark and pretty, you know. And you know the stigma back then, which is kind of still the stigma now a little bit, is dark skinned girls were not pretty.
I don't know, bro. I mean, back then I understood the stigma, like the reason why they would do it, but it's like once I got older and I jumped out of it, it didn't matter.
Yeah, because it's like you would literally see tons upon tons of dark skinned females.
Yeah, and it's just like they gorgeous.
Yeah, so you'd be like, God damn, girl, you know.
Yeah, cause even back then, I really liked dark skinned women anyway, but it's just like in my mind, I kept telling myself, I was like, nah, I prefer light skin. Like for real.
Mm-hmm.
It like subconsciously, I loved them all.
Yeah,
it's just like I was just telling myself that because everybody else was saying it.
Yeah, I love light skinned girls, but when I came to high school, it was like everything just like beat me down. It was white girls or a couple of white girls or dark skinned girls, light skinned girls, Filipina. It was like they always just so like damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like once you get to high school, man, it's like a completely different animal.
Facts.
Like you don't even know what to expect.
Facts.
Like there's no amount of preparation that you can go through that will let you know what you're going to find in high school once you see the females that lurk there.
Yeah, there's no talk that you can.
Yeah, because when I was a kid, it's just like, how?
Yeah.
How do you look like this?
Yeah, and you. When I think back on it, no matter what, like my friends told me that was older, already in high school, or no matter what my mom told me, it was like there's nothing they could have said that would have stopped that storm from happening. Because it's gonna be plenty of females that just look better than the rules. You know what I'm saying? And when I say that, I mean like they look so good, you'll be like, I know what they told me, but fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, ninth grade was just a super prime example of that.
Yeah, it was just the female. They just looked older. Like they just looked so much older. Because when I was younger, like I always had a thing for females that were older than me.
Right.
So it was just like you get the best of both worlds. Like she looks older and she just looks just amazing. Not the fact like she looks geriatric older, but I'm talking about like she just looks older to the point where she just looks more mature. Like she can handle herself and stuff like that. It just seems like they look as though they have a little bit more responsibility to them.
Facts. Super facts, which is attractive in a sense, especially like because they wasn't wearing uniforms and we wore uniforms.
Yep.
And then like girls used to come in. Remember when girls used to walk in with like they little business suits on and just sexy as hell. Like
man,
Jesus Christ.
They didn't even have to do much.
Right. Right.
Like the IG models now, man, like they wouldn't have lasted back then. Like it was like man we were just good with just looking at you when you were in all of your business attire.
Yeah.
Like we was cool with that.
Like that was sexy. Like it was just this oh my goodness. So we can go to 10th grade.
Yeah, definitely 10th grade. That was my heyday right there, bro. It wasn't even the fact that I was in like it wasn't even the fact that I was like really into a bunch of females. I was just into one in particular.
Okay.
Bruh.
You going
Yeah,
name drop?
I'm
You going to name drop?
I'm definitely going to drop.
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm definitely going to drop the name,
Okay,
bruh.
okay.
Like, I had a heavy crush on Nakia Price in high school.
Okay.
But she's actually married now, and I ain't going to...
Disclaimer, y'all. We was in high school 13 years
Yeah,
ago.
exactly.
So,
Exactly.
You know, anybody that we name drop now that's married. Because I ain't going to lie. You know, the deeper we get into this, I might name drop somebody that's married now. And no disrespect to your husband, but... You know, I'm still crushing on you. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like that. Like I can't tell my mind she's married. Stop crushing on her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I'm not crushing on like any of the girls that I had crushed on.
Oh yeah.
It's definitely like back in high school. Like I had a heavy crush on the Kid Price, dog. Like
shout out Nakia.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to her, bro. Man, I think I had a crush on her from 9th grade all the way through 11th grade.
Long crush. Yeah, that's how my crush with Ashley was, because Ashley crushes carried over from 9th grade into 10th grade until she graduated.
Matter of fact, no, it wasn't even. It was because I ain't meet her until like 10th grade, for real. So.
Oh, so that was your.
Yeah, it was 10th grade. Yeah, because I remember I met her in whose class was it? I think it was Miss Hardiman's class.
Okay.
Back in high school, I think I met her in that jump. Dog. It was like I couldn't even fathom how good she looked back then.
No, yeah.
I mean, she's still pretty now. Just like
definitely dope.
Yeah,
definitely.
And she's definitely like nice to talk to and shit. Like she wasn't somebody that you just. She's pretty and that's it.
Right.
Like you could hold a conversation with her.
Which is rare nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it lasted for a break, dog. Like I was writing her poems.
Okay.
I mean, I remember one time it was like after the school week, I went home. I wrote like 7 or 8 poems in a weekend. And I gave all of them to her, bro.
Okay.
I mean, yo, that was the heyday of my writing. I actually gotta give her credit because without her, me crushing on her, like I wouldn't have been writing poems as much as I did, and it wouldn't have transitioned into what it is now.
Agreed, because I feel like you like somebody so much that your mind just starts to articulate, you know. Shit like you want to say that rhymes or it. Yeah. So I'm glad you brought that up because I can segue perfectly into my 10th grade humongous crush. Because I still had a big crush on Ashley, but at this time I'm in the 10th grade. She's in the 12th, so she's about to graduate. So she was like number 2 on the list. So my humongous crush in 10th grade was on Shalia.
Oh, Shalia Parker.
Yeah, Shalia Parker. Yeah. So. When I say I was in love, whatever I thought in love was, I was that with her. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, bro.
Yeah, just super, super, super pretty girl. Real pretty personality. You know, laid back, funny. She could joan a little bit when she wanted to.
Yeah.
Just well balanced. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely balanced.
Well balanced. So I developed like this humongous crush. And you know, all started from me, you know, having little dreams about her and shit. You know, wake up, see her. You know, back in high school, girls used to be kind of touchy-feely with you. You know what I'm saying? So she might walk past, rub my shoulders or something. You know what I'm saying? You know, just the little stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So. Of course, I went down your road, you know, start writing the little poems, you know, little letters and shit, you know, passing it across the little room because we had English together. And I told you about the English class we had. I had Mel and Thurston and at the time Lil Anthony when he was a part of the stable. And we was stacked in there, you know what I'm saying? So I used to like write little letters, poems, you know, fold it up, send it across the room, She used to write Lord Jones back or whatever. And so, of course, when you already got a crush on somebody and they entertaining you, no matter how it is, you fall deep in love. You know what I'm saying? So, so of course, now I'm trying to pursue a relationship. And while that didn't work out, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go into details about that. Shalia.
Hey, if you're listening, then
Yeah,
you understand.
I can't even tag her because she ain't got no social media, I don't think.
Ooh, is Shalia?
Yeah.
She does.
Oh, she got Instagram.
Yeah.
She don't be on it, though.
Yeah, Instagram. Like,
I'm tag her.
I mean, she's supportive in the,
tag her sister.
It's not, do not tag her.
L. I'm gonna tag her sister.
Like, it was dudes that had crushes on her too. Like, their whole family lineage. I don't know. Like, good lord.
I was in love with Shalia, but I understand it, Darielle, because she definitely was Nicki Minaj before Nicki Minaj. She gonna be if now if she was to listen to this, she gonna be so mad at me. But at this point, I done got on her nerves so many times. I don't give a fuck. Like,
you a whole asshole, dog.
No, hey, I had not seen Darielle in a long time, right? So when I seen her, she got like this big butt and like these huge like chests and shit. So me. Now I guess because she been away for a while, she had to remember that we jokesters. So me, I'm like, hey, what's up? Long time I don't talk to you. What's the name of your doctor? And so she was like, doctor, what you mean doctor?
I hate you already.
And I'm like, yeah, I see you got the little butt job and all that. I'm, doctor did good job. I want, go on this little website and give him like a recommendation, positive, review or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yo.
When I say she blew her lid, she was like, boy, I'm in college and I ain't got no scholarship. I'm paying like all this tuition and all that. I ain't got the money to be getting no butt job or nothing like that. And I'm like, chill, shorty, I'm just playing with you and shit. And then we kind of been cool out of that, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, Shalia was definitely like my top crush. Even though I didn't get to go out with her until 12th grade, which I'll get to that, because 12th grade, I ain't going to hold you, bro. I was feeling like Rick Flair in 12th grade. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's like girls you ain't even like you was going out with in 12th grade, but 10th grade was still Ashley, Shalia. It probably was more, just not big enough to remember. Like, cause they did stuff that would resonate with you for life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if I had a crush on you back then and you ain't do nothing that I can remember for life, you should have stepped the game up. You know what I'm
saying? Yeah, that's most definitely, bro.
Yeah.
Because once you get to a certain point, man, it's like
you gotta do shit. You gotta like the poem, like when you was writing poems, like she probably remembers that to this day.
Maybe not.
I mean, nah. And I don't know. It depends because it's like girls be much more appreciative of stuff like that.
Yeah,
especially nowadays, because I can guarantee nobody do that for real nowadays. I ain't gonna lie, I thought about still doing it.
I mean, I probably still do it anyway. I mean, I do it normally anyway. I remember at one point, I think I was writing a poem for like Mother's Day every year, and I would tag the females in it.
Oh yeah,
and, that would probably like that probably ruffled a few feathers with boyfriends or something. But I was just doing it out of the kindness of my heart, just doing it. So I could see myself doing it if I was really in love with somebody though.
And you always gotta worry about the boyfriends because a lot of times we do step over boundaries.
Yeah.
And I got a great story about that I'm gonna get into, but I'm gonna wait till we finish up the crushes and grades, and then I'm gonna come back and tell a story about.
Yeah.
Because this wasn't even in high school. This was like middle school. But it's still a good story in my opinion.
Hey, man. I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah. Which you've heard it before, but the people listening probably, So, 11th grade, for me, all hell broke loose.
Open up the floodgates.
So, Ashley's like graduated. Me and Shalia, we not dating, so you kind of like heartbroken, then you move on.
Mm-hmm.
And 11th grade was interesting because it was girls that I used to have crushes on, like at elementary school, transferring to Forestville, and then it's like, of course, that's when I originally met Desiree.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody know I ain't gonna say that's the biggest crush I might have had in high school, but it's definitely 1A, 1B type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I met her that year, and it's just like, of course, I was in a relationship 11th grade. I'm not gonna bring up with who, and I'm not gonna, and don't need to go down that road.
Yeah.
That experience though, it showed me that no matter how like good you were, and I learned, and I'm all of like 16 right now when I'm learning this. It showed me that no matter how good you treat somebody, it didn't matter. So now I don't have to go through that shit now. Like, you see how everybody be going through that very situation,
Mm-hmm.
and wondering why, like, oh, I treat this person so good, why they doing me like that? And it's like, I learned that 16 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, I will appreciate that situation for teaching me lessons, and then it just kind of opened the floodgates, because now it's like I'm going from like trying to be in a relationship to like a competition
Yeah.
of how many girls I can get. So when you surround yourself by a lot of girls, you tend to develop more crushes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I ain't had that problem. Like, I was still crushing on the same person.
In 11th grade?
Yeah, I told Nikki I was still crushing on her.
I mean,
in 11th
I
grade.
know, but like, you could crush on the same girl, but other girls come into the picture too, and you
I
kind
mean,
of
that
like,
ain't happened until like later that year though. Like, it was like later.
yeah. See, me, I ain't gonna hold you, bro. I used to at least 3 girls in every class I had.
Good Lord.
Yeah, like 11th grade, I used to have a crush on this girl named Latasha, dark skin chick. Used to have a big butt. Probably still do got a big butt. We text now. I'm gonna text you back out of this, matter of fact, because I know she probably, oh, this nigga ain't texting me back, gonna drop my name and all that. But I used to have a big crush on her, and in the same class, it was this girl named Erin, and she graduated in 06, so that was the year she was graduating. And I got a crush on her because every time I used to try to go smack at Tasha, she would cock block.
No, those usually be the ones that just
That like you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's what I like started to think over time, like, cause we was in math class, and the desk would be like in rows, and so Erin would sit like in the front row, and Tasha would sit like in the row behind her, and I used to sit in the row behind Tasha, and so I used to try to get Tasha's attention. I used to be like, psst, psst, hey you, chocolate, hey chocolate, and then she'll look back smiling like, what boy? And then next thing you know, Erin will look back and be like, don't be trying to talk to her, do your work. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and those, honestly, I'm not even gonna lie. It may seem like they're just assholes, but those usually be the cutest ones.
Yeah. They both was cute. Tasha was real chocolate, and Erin was real caramel. Yeah. So, and shout out to Erin, because she friends with me on my other Facebook, my Avery page. She probably don't know that Bear Blackman is me. Like, a lot of people don't know for some strange reason, even though the pictures be the same. And
yeah,
I don't. Some people just, they send friend requests to the Avery page, and I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, they both were pretty. I think Erin's married now though. So sorry, Erin. But she's not gonna hear this. She probably not gonna hear this anyway. Well, I'm gonna share this to both pages. So I don't know. She might. And I'm gonna make a disclaimer saying, if you went to Forestville between the years of 03 to 08, which is your senior year, we might have. If I had a crush on you, we might have name dropped you.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know what I'm saying? 11th grade was the first year I had a crush on Trina.
Oh yeah.
Karen
Dongo.
Yeah, Corn Dongo. I ain't want to mess the name up. Just small, tall, beautiful, light skin. The glass of milk stigma. That was Trina.
The tall glass of milk.
Yeah,
man.
tall glass of milk. That was Trina.
Oh,
And
man.
super smart too, though.
She was. She definitely was. Hella fucking smart.
Super smart. Super smart.
Best friends with her brother. Like David. Like it's my man's.
Oh yeah, shout out to David, yeah. Personal trainer.
Yup.
Down
like,
Florida.
Armed security, all that.
Yeah, shout out to David, man. I ain't seen him in a long, well on Facebook, but that don't count.
Yeah, bro. Like,
Don't
he
count that.
real successful now. He got the whole personal training stuff going on. Like he does the like I said, the armed security and all that. Like he's a really good family man. And I definitely respect my bro. Like y'all look him up, man. Like David Kirandongo. Like you can probably find his like you probably find a lot of his stuff on there. Like he's probably Googleable.
Yeah, definitely.
But in order to find, like, in order for you to talk about his name, like, you had like QUIRINIDONGO, I believe.
Yeah, yeah. They couldn't pay me to spell that right.
So, like, I mean, I was pretty good at spelling. I remember I seen his last name one time, and I just kind of like remembered it.
Oh yeah. See, I need to get that down, especially if I'm trying to sweet talk training one day and to get into
Shut
some
up,
of
bro.
these
Shut up.
these videos. With
Shut
me.
up.
No, I'm just you got you already know me, man. She know me too, so it ain't about to be like no surprise to her. All she gonna do is be like, you still the same, huh? You know how girls you know how girls be like that. But yeah, that was her. Who else in the 11th grade? Oh man, it was this girl named Tiffany, right? And she graduated in 2005. So she was like not the one that you were speaking of. She was a different one. And she had a boyfriend, but he went to another school. So she was like tall, light brown skin, and like real naturally pretty. Because as we kept going forward in high school, girls was starting to use makeup.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But she was like real naturally pretty, and she was like real laid back and quiet. And we had Miss Bell Barnett class together, and so we used to sit on the far side of the classroom, and I used to like bun up with her. Now, why she let me bun up with her, I don't know. But she was older and fine, so I wasn't about to, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't about to fuck that up.
Yeah, so I'll never forget, like one day, Miss Bell Barnett, she was nice for the most part, but sometimes she would like hate. So one day she tried to be like fake hate and move me across the room or whatever. And so when I tell you like my heart jive broke into like a million pieces, I was like, Slim, that was like something I was looking forward to, like on A days. Damn, I get to bun up with Slim at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, I literally, like, almost crying, I ain't gonna lie to you, almost crying one day after class, when after Miss Bell Barnett, like, please, can you move me back across the room? You know what I'm saying? Like, please, can I go sit back over there? And so,
damn, bro.
Yeah, like she was so fine, like bro, like she was like fine, you know what I'm saying? Like, and she had walked up and she was like, yeah, we don't be making, like I said, she real laid back and calm. She was like, yeah, we don't be making no noise. We be doing our work. We got good grades. Like, why we can't chill? And she was like, Miss Babana was like, what y'all dating or something? And she was like, nah, we just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? And then she was like, I got a boyfriend. He just don't go to this school. And Miss Babana was like, so you cheating? and
that's wrong.
And
bro.
I was like, yeah, you probably shouldn't have told her that part. You know, all you had to do was just ask because we sit together. You ain't got, she get to saying other stuff. You ain't got to prove her wrong or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Belmont, she started laughing and she was like, it's kind of a distraction when people look over and see y'all like holding hands or, because it's like I'm in the joint and if I finish my work, I'd be writing like a rap or something. And I had my hand like extended out and we'll be holding hands. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, that's that.
Yeah, but we ain't bothering nobody. We ain't bothering no. Hey, Slim.
Hey,
I wish I wish I had a picture so I could show you like how pretty she was. Slim, you'd have been holding her hands too, Slim. Like, but she's like, all right, you can go back over there and sit over there with her and shit. And it was only like we only had like, because she was in the 12th, so the seniors get to leave school way earlier than everybody else.
Yeah.
So our last day of school was like in June.
Mm-hmm.
They was leaving at the end of April, and then they'll pop back up for prom and the special events and shit. So I was on borrowed time anyway.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It was like anomalies in high school.
Yeah. So it's like, it's only a month left, before she leave anyway. And then you take in the fact that it's A days and B days.
Yep.
It ain't even a month. What I'm saying?
It's not.
like it ain't even that. So it's like, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. I ain't gonna never see Shorty. And I never saw Shorty again, which I'm glad she let me go back over there, because that's like the best last little, month of my life and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And right before she left, she did come back up there one time, and she gave me one of her prom pictures and shit. Because she went to the prom, like, with her boyfriend and shit. So she gave me, like, one of her prom pictures, and she signed the back of it. And I know I still got it around here somewhere. I just got to look for it and shit.
I ain't going to sit there and reminisce.
Yeah. And try to look her up, too. Because I wish I knew what her last name. I forgot what her last name was. I damn sure looked her up by now. But.
I looked up a few of my old, like, girlfriends and stuff, and I'm just like, oh, my goodness, bro. Why can't I find you?
Yeah. But, yeah, that was pretty much a wrap for 11th grade.
My 11th grade was a little bit different.
Okay.
Like, first and foremost, I still had a crush on the kid. Like, she was top priority, bro. Like, even the summer didn't change anything.
Right.
Like, she came back still looking the way she looked, and I was just like, man, and she's still single. I was like,
right.
Oh, my goodness, man. Like, why?
Hold, pause that. And for those, the summer break, it's like a 2.5 month break where all types of stuff could have happened
exactly
over the summer before you end up seeing people again.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
I ain't seen her for a whole 2 months, bro.
That's a whole 2 months. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? We don't got the pleasure of, well, if they didn't live around your way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
'Cause, man, and they talk about, like, Forestville, they just lump us all together, but half the time we don't even see each other like that. If we was in school.
Yeah. And, like, it's because the funny thing is, now that I think about it, when you mention it, the kid actually used to live across from me. But that's not my crush, that's yours.
Yeah.
So I could care less.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But
like
me, like, I lived all the way down in Penmar, so it's just like
if you was living where you live at now,
it would have been different.
Back then, you'd have been a happy man.
Yeah. Well, nah, she never gave me a chance, so I probably wouldn't have been happy.
But that's a different dynamic when you live around the way.
Yeah, it is.
You know what I'm saying? Like that might be the deal breaker right there. You know what I'm saying?
Hillmar has more of a ring to it than Penmar. It definitely do.
That's funny. Hey, shout out to Penmar. I love Penmar. Shout out to Penmar, man. But
nah, they don't give shouts out for me, dog.
definitely a little bit of more notoriety over here on this side. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so you ain't never try to go smack.
I tried. Like, my whole 10th and 11th grade year was me trying.
Okay.
Like, what do you think I've been talking about this whole time? I was trying my ass off, bro.
Okay.
Like, and I mean, I was writing poems. I was like I remember I would like reference like songs and stuff, because I was the CD man and shit. Like, I was in the, like, I got the bootleg CDs on deck. And I remember when Carter 2 came out.
Okay.
This is how I really knew I was in love with it. I remember there was one song on the jump called Receipt. And I know you probably remember it. And for some reason, I would continuously play that song over and over and over and over again. Didn't know why. And coming to find out, like, I'm just thinking to myself and listening to the lyrics, this is a love song.
Okay.
So, like, really what I'm doing is, like, I'm convincing myself, like, dude, you really love this girl. So, once I really got that down, it was like full steam ahead, and I was like, this was like the most out there I've ever put myself when it came to, like, relationships.
Okay.
Like, I really didn't want to put myself out there as far as, like, really liking somebody, because I had to feel like they probably wasn't gonna like me back. In this case, it didn't matter.
Right. which is usually what has to happen.
Yeah.
For you to take the extra steps and shit.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I was like, dog, I need this person right now.
Badly.
And badly wasn't even the word for it.
Yeah. Excruciatingly.
I mean, that would have sounded a little bit more stalkerish, but I guess.
Hey, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do, man. You gotta say what you gotta say.
I guess though, but I mean, I wanted her so bad, dog. I mean, cause I had a class with her on A day and on B days. So,
like, you was alright, man. Hey, that. Besides my 9th grade year, cause 9th grade it wasn't no A day B day. We had every class every day. But besides that, yeah, if you had a crush on a Slim and you only have a class with her every day, like that was integral. Like
I think we had like 3 classes.
Who?
Like me and the kid, I think we had like 3 classes.
Like I'd have probably passed out.
Matter of fact, nah. We had 2 in 10th grade. In 11th grade, I had I think I had 1 with her, and that was I think Mr. Okoye class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
Mr. Okoye.
Hey guys.
I remember Mike Kirkland said he looked like a Gengar.
Yeah.
Yo,
definitely looked like a Gengar.
That was too funny.
Definitely
I don't gotta remember, like, cause I remember I had his class, with her in it was 11th grade when I had class with her, in like as far as like the 11th grade, that was the only class I had with her, and I mean I was still on my I love you type shit. Yeah. I wasn't like jumping into it like the way I did in like the 10th grade, but man, was I like really on her and shit. I really wanted her like badly, and like it wasn't that I was like stalkerish and shit, but I didn't make it like unknown that I liked her.
Okay. You weren't discreet with it.
Yeah, I wasn't at all.
Right.
Like even like people around me knew.
Right.
Like that's how much people knew. Like I had no problem like actually talking to her, and like I wouldn't like trail off.
Right.
Being like real stupid with it. So I remember in 11th grade, like she ended up getting into a relationship, and I was so hurt.
Heartbreaking. What kind of music you listen to?
Don't even talk about
it. We all been there, man. Like,
man, hey. I was hurt. Oh my goodness, I was so hurt, man. I think that was when I ended up like really just jumping off of the kid train and shit. I mean, I kind of had feelings for a little bit, but then I was just like, man, what am I doing, man? I ain't got no future here.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So did it transition to somebody else?
Man, it did though. It definitely did. It transitioned into somebody that I was actually friends with. That I think it was. Yeah, it was in 11th grade. Like she was still going to the school that she was still going to Fordsville around that time, so and it technically counts as shit, like Justine Leak and shit. I remember because like she lived around my way. It was a lot of people that actually knew of her and shit.
Yeah,
like,
I remember Justine.
Like right now, like she a full lesbian now and shit. But
Justine with the racks, right?
Yeah, top heavy, bottom heavy, everything and shit. Yeah. It's like
back then she just had racks back then. Now she's
like you didn't see her when I saw her and shit.
I mean, I did, but you know, I definitely did and shit. But okay, go off.
Yeah, let me go off, nigga. Like, still, she, I had like a heavy crush on her and shit. Like, I was writing her poems too.
Okay.
Yeah, like that was my niche.
Okay.
And me writing and shit like that's been my niche and shit. Like even now, I'm still doing it.
Right.
So that's just how I expressed myself back then. I wasn't really good with words as far as like talking to people back then. So it was just like this was the best way that I could like really show how I feel without me having to really open my mouth.
Okay. Yeah, that's a dope concept. I'm more of a hybrid, so I was good at talking, but you know I couldn't talk in rhymes. You know what I'm saying? Like, rather write the poem down. Imagine like walking up to a girl and you just reciting a poem to her and shit. You know, off
Hey,
your Romeo
that
and
would
Juliet.
probably work though.
It probably would, but that off your Romeo and it is the East and Juliet is the sun. Just
Hey yo, that would work though. Like it'll
it
work on
might.
somebody.
It probably would have worked back then.
Man, I
It
remember
probably work. It'll
dog.
work now.
Oh, I gotta let you know this, dog. When I remember I wrote a poem for her. This was I think it was that 10th grade is when I let her know that I really liked her.
Mm-hmm.
So I wrote her a poem. It was called Rose Petals.
Okay.
And what I did was like my grandmother, like she lives like technically like on a farm, and they have like wild roses and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked some, and I put it in an envelope with the card. I mean, with the poem, and it named it was called Rose Petals, and then that's what she got.
Oh, that's all right right there. You was going all out, huh?
Dog, I
Man,
was.
That's all right right there.
I
man.
was, dog. And then when she read it, I actually I sent it to her. I couldn't like watch her read it because I was so
Nervous.
like
Yeah.
I was nervous about her reaction because I knew like it was like I was so pessimistic.
Yeah.
So-
I would be nervous. Like
Yeah.
for me, you gotta. If I give you something like that, you gotta wait till you get home.
Yeah,
man.
because we was like best friends. We was hanging out all the time, son.
Right.
I mean, because she lived right next to me. Like I could walk to her house within like a couple of minutes.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
I mean, I spent a lot of time over her house.
Right.
Like, she spent a lot of time over mine.
Right.
Like we had like long ass conversations about shit.
Right.
So this was just me trying to be with somebody that I felt as though I knew really, really well, because that's what you want in a relationship. You want somebody to be your best friend. That's technically what it was.
Yeah. Nowadays, you kind of just get thrown into the friend zone if you
Yeah.
like people. For some reason, want to date people they don't know. I mean, we'll get into that anyway. So yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I ended up figuring out back then that, man, no matter what you got it, no matter what you do, bruh, like there are opportunities for other people more often than there is for somebody that you know.
Yeah,
Because
of course. Because once the logic gets thrown out the window, like you gotta take stuff. It is what it is at that point.
yeah,
So did that crush go all into 12th grade or?
it actually did, but the thing is, like when she initially found out though that I liked her that year, she ended up like I remember I went over her house and I wasn't. I remember what type of day it was. It was like an actual gloomy day, like really fit for that. And she told me like, I don't see you that way. Like we're just friends and stuff like that. We're best friends and stuff. I was like, man, I heard this shit before. I don't like it.
Right.
I didn't like it the first time I heard it. I damn sure didn't like it the last.
Right.
And then once I got to like, I think it was in the 11th grade, like that summer. Like we were still hanging out.
Right.
And that's where I met Tamara. Like my best friend from like high school. Like we had like you think me and Justine were best friends. Me and Tamara were like two peas in a pod.
Mm-hmm.
Like for a man and a female to be that close and not dating was wild.
Right.
I mean, I spent nights over her house. Like we were like really, really close. It was just unfathomably close. Like people would actually think we were dating, and we weren't.
Right.
Like I remember my stepfather, God rest his soul, like he mentioned to me, he was like, "How are y'all not together? Like y'all are like too, like I'm not gonna say like touchy feely, but it's just Tamara was the affectionate type."
Right.
And when I met her, she was the exact same way. It was just like that summer when we went to summer school, like that's really where I got to know her. I knew Tamara like when we was in the 10th grade in Mr. Robbins' class.
Okay.
I mean, not 10th grade, 11th grade, Mr. Robbins' class. But I didn't really get to know her until that summer, and because me and Justine was actually going to that to the same school for summer school too, because she failed one class and had to go anyway.
Right.
So I'm hanging out with the both of them
Mm-hmm.
and happen to have a crush on the both of them like, at the same time. I was like, why do y'all have to look like this?
Right.
And like we're like best friends. And like it was really like confusing to have feelings for two people at once.
Right.
And then
I mean, not really, but
one was a full on lesbian and shit, had a girlfriend and everything. So it just made it even worse.
Right.
And Justine was bi.
Right.
So you know, like you younger and shit, you think about it, he's like, I'm hey, if push come to shove, I might be able to finesse a threesome.
Right.
But that was like the furthest from my mind, though. I ain't gonna lie to you, like, but it was the first from my mind because I just wanted to be around them because they were really good people at the time and shit. Justine not as much, but Tamara most definitely. I remember there were multiple instances where my mom would like really get on the both of them because they spending so much time at our house.
Right.
Like she actually set up days to where they could not come over because they were over there every single day for hours. Like, and I'm spending this much time with females in general, like real, not necessarily. I wouldn't say they were top tier, like the baddest things on planet Earth, but to me they were.
Right.
So I'm just going through the motions at this point. I'm just like, how can I possibly get through this? And it was frustrating because I ended up telling Justine again that I had feelings for her just because I couldn't shake the shit. I told her again and got the exact same answer I got the last time.
Right.
And then I'm just like, shit. And then I couldn't say nothing to Tamara, and she got a whole girlfriend. And I was like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? And she was claiming back then, like, she ain't like dudes. And I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, ain't nothing I could do about it. So I was definitely one for boundaries. I wasn't going to, like, try and overstep this shit.
Right. Right. So,
but back then, it was just like, and with Tamara being so touchy-feely and shit, like, it made it so much harder.
Right.
So I loved both of them to death around that time. Like, I still love Tamara to this day. Like that was one of my best friends that I've ever had.
Okay.
And in the 11th grade, that summer school, that was like one of some of the funnest times I've ever had when I was younger.
Okay.
And with them in general, it was like you're getting an extra dosage of like relationship heroin without the relationship. Like you're so close to two females, but there's nothing coming of it, and just so that's what made this so frustrating.
Right.
And when I think like towards the 12th grade, we definitely gonna segue into the 12th. All right, so the 12th grade, I ended up having still having a crush on Tamara.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, she was like at that point in time, like okay, the kid was great,
Mm-hmm.
but as far as like friendship as well as being like dateable in my eyes, that was the pinnacle there.
Okay.
Oh my God! But when I tell you, I was so upset when she ended up moving back to Virginia. Good Lord, she moved back to Virginia, and that I think a little bit through that senior year, and I was distraught, bro.
Oh, she transferred?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay.
And I was hurt. I mean, like I not only lost like a possible love interest, I lost my best friend where I was like hanging out with her so often.
Right.
And I missed out on so much because of that.
Right.
But I ended up kind of like trailing off because we were still talking on the phone and stuff like that, but we just kind of missed out on the camaraderie, like being around each other.
It ain't the same.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not the same.
And we kind of like stopped talking for a little bit, but we were still friends though.
Okay.
Then after that, I ended up having a crush on. I had a crush on Amber Holmes.
Yeah, she's in my 12th grade.
So she was like, yo, she was gorgeous. Like but she was my best friend. Another one, best friend at the time.
And thick.
Yeah, that too. Too. She was my best. She was another one of my best friends. But I had a crush on her. I couldn't help it. Like, cause the thing is, like, if once you get to know someone, and you develop that sort of relationship with them, like especially with me, because I wasn't really big on having like people around to talk to. So when I actually talked to females, it was just like I started to really just like them a lot.
Right.
Because that's what I wanted. I wanted a friend, and I also wanted someone that I can be around consistently if we're going to be in a relationship anyway.
Right.
And me being around them consistently, it was just like, why were you just not? Why do you like me the way I wanted you to like me? But that was how I thought back then. But now it's completely different. But back then, people looked at Amber and they was like, oh my goodness, she is gorgeous.
Right.
Even outside of like even in her uniform clothes, people just wanted to be.
She was like that.
She was.
Yeah. Yeah, she was like that.
And I remember I would go over her house. I called her father. Like I called him Pops.
Okay.
Like that was like. I remember I left some of my pants over her house, and they were my sweatpants because we was actually thinking about going up to the school working out. And she wanted me to just have some clothes already there. And Pops had saw him, and he looked at her, and he was like, oh, I hope you know that he ain't like if you think that he gonna start living here, you done lost your damn mind. You better give him his pants back. I remember she telling me this over the phone, and I was dying laughing, dog. I mean, I was dying. I was like, nah, Pops, I'm good. I just left the pants because we were supposed to go work out. But like that's how it was. Like it was just the friendship that I craved, bro. It's just like I love that about the people that I was around because I seemed to have somewhat of a good judge of character. So it's like, damn. Like, can a nigga catch a break?
Like shit.
But after her, I ended up having a crush on, for a little bit, I had a crush on Natalia Miller. Had a crush on her for a little bit, though.
I know you're talking about.
I think it was like a good 2-3 weeks I had a crush on Natalia.
3 weeks is funny.
Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I just had a crush on her. Like, what can you do? And shit.
Natalia's decent. I like her.
Yeah.
Good, cool peoples. Yeah.
I had a crush on her. Let's see who else. Asia McNeil. I had a crush on her for like a good week.
Yeah, she's in my 12th grade too. Yeah.
So it was a few, but let's see, 12 in that 12th grade I had a crush on. Also, I had a crush on one more, and I think I had a crush on Candace Smith for like a good couple days.
My partner in crime. Shout out to my PNC.
I was always wondering what the hell that meant when y'all put that down.
Yeah, partner in crime.
Yeah, like, what the hell are y'all niggas talking about?
Been saying that for like the last 12 years.
Yeah, but yeah, like that. As far as 12th grade is concerned, I think that's about as good as it gets for real. Cause there's like really nobody else that I can think of off the top of my head that I had a crush on.
Oh yeah, my 12th grade was job loaded. Like,
I can imagine.
Yeah, like you at this weird point in high school where it's like you go from being, like you said earlier, you're almost an anomaly. You know,
Yeah.
Like nothing really matters anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're above the law for the most part. Like all the rules that they're trying to enforce, it doesn't really apply to you anymore. Well, the beginning of 12th grade, the first quarter of 12th grade was structured, but after that, all hell breaks like loose.
Mm-hmm. It happened to me too.
And my 12th grade, of course, I'm like in love with Desiree at this point.
Oh yeah, you mentioned her.
Yeah, Forbes.
Infamous.
Yeah, I used to see her. I used to break out in like cold sweats and shit. You know.
Damn.
Yeah, be sweating hard as shit. You know what I'm saying? And man, I wanted to screw her so badly. Never did, but man. When I tell you, I wanted to. The things I would have did to her. I'm glad I didn't though, because it probably wouldn't have worked out and whatnot. But anyways.
Just like majority of the situations you were in high school.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she was the biggest crush. And, you know, I don't know if she liked me back or not. She would entertain me, which was, you know, you crushing on somebody, that's enough to start off. You know what I'm saying? But of course she had a boyfriend, and even though the nigga was doing her wrong, she would like still be messing with cuz and you know. And we grew closer and closer, which I was mad because we grew closer and closer when I was about to leave. And I felt like when I was about to graduate, I felt like, damn, I should just try to date her now because I feel like I could do it. Now I feel like I got clarity that she liked me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that just makes it even worse.
Yeah, and it's like, I done spent like this last year and a half, though, like crushing on you. It's almost like a TV show when the guy character like a girl, but it take all long for them to actually like establish a relation, like Boy Meets World or something. You know what I'm saying? Man. He crushed on Topanga for a long ass time, and then down the line he finally get. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, damn, you know, I still like you. Damn, I feel like we can date now, but the same way I was prepped for high school about females, I was prepped for the real world, and I was seeing how those females look. You thought the girls in high school was bad. Slim, them grown women. Like, so now we about to go to the real world. It's like, I can't really fade. But nah, it was, other than that, it was Asia McNeil. You know, she looks perfect. Very, very smart, funny, not uppity.
Yeah, that was one of the very good things about her. Like, she definitely wasn't uppity.
Yeah, not uppity. And
usually pretty, like really, really pretty girls were. But
facts.
She wasn't.
Facts. And I used to think she looked perfect back then. But Jesus Christ, have you seen her now?
Like, who hasn't seen her now? Like her IG got like thousands of followers on it.
Like sometimes you just see a picture and it's like, whew, like, what you been eating, girl? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she,
no disrespect to the husband.
Yeah, no disrespect to the husband. Shout out, cuz I used to cause he used to go to GW. I used to work at GW, so it was a time where we was in the same building at the same time. Cause he would be like working in the health and wellness building, and I was like one of the janitors in health and wellness. And he was like the only cool, because the other kids that was working there, if they seen you like BSing around, they'd go tell on you. He like the only one. Nah, go ahead in the corner, chill. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say nothing. And you know, at first you don't trust a nigga saying that shit, because you thinking like, nah, he just trying to set me up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But then after a while, you see he really don't go off and say it. So shout out to Phil. But anyways, it was I don't know if you remember Keisha Dixon, the one from Atlanta.
I might, but
the country like kind of thick one.
Like I said, bro, you can't. Like, I'm not good with names.
Yeah, when we end the pod, I'm gonna show you all these pictures. Yeah, I'm gonna show you like Ashley, everybody. I'm gonna show you. But yeah, she was from Atlanta when we had Miss Brian class together, and I used to carry your books. Sometimes we used to hold hands, which was like hitting the lottery to me. We hold hands walking to class. That's like hitting the lottery to me and shit.
Hold up, you said Keisha Dixon, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I got her on Facebook. And I know who you talking about.
Yeah, her. So yeah, so that's her. It was Desiree. Of course, Donise.
I remember the name.
Yeah, which is who I eventually took to the prom my senior year. Shout out to Denise, even though she probably don't fuck with me right now, but I still love you, girl. You know what I'm saying? Life too short to be holding these grudges, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Shut up, bro.
But
This is
nah,
not a dating hotline right now. It's a damn
not,
podcast.
yeah, it's not. It's not. I'm just saying, but yeah, definitely was crushing on her. And definitely was talking to her low key senior year. Like nobody had a clue we even knew each other until we showed up to the prom together.
Yeah.
Which is like the first year I kind of implemented like, I'm seen with girls, but the girl I'm really talking to, I'm not seen with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's because you hang out around like you deal with a lot of girls and shit like that, and niggas be all following you and trying to get the girl you talking to and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you just adjust. So it's like, yeah, the girls I show y'all, I don't care about for real. I love y'all, but niggas can go smack. You know what I'm saying? the girl I'm really talking to, niggas not unless you like in this area, because at the time didn't nobody know but my dynasty brethren, Mel, Mo, Thurston, and not even a lot of the outer core people didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? Until the limo pull up, and then you see who get out of it. It's like, oh, y'all know each other. Y'all talking. Hey, mind your business, man. You know what I'm saying? Chill. Because that's another thing, senior year. I don't know if did you go to your prom?
Yeah, I went with Justine.
Right. So, I don't know if this happened to you, but my senior year, and I've seen this happen to other dudes got taken advantage of. It's towards the end of the year, all the girls start fake liking you because they want to go to the prom. They want to find a way to go to the prom. You know what I'm saying? And so it was all about who was going to get suckered into going to the, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's actual facts.
Yeah, because I seen it at our prom. It happened to at least 3 niggas. They brought girls, and the girls not even with them like the whole night, dancing on other niggas, and then they leave with somebody else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'll let you know beforehand. I bring somebody to the prom, and you leave with somebody else. I hope you have a good night, because neither one of y'all gonna later tell a story. You know what I'm saying? like,
yo. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you weren't gonna try to catch no charge over those females, man.
So let me know how much that prom shit was.
Oh yeah, it was. It wasn't cheap. It definitely wasn't cheap.
My mom read me the little prices. I was working out throughout the back half of high school and shit. My mom reading these prices, and the only thing cheap was the tickets. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where we paying for limos? I gotta rent the suit, and you know what I'm saying? The suit like $200 damn near, cause I'm bigger, so they're gonna smack my head. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Like, you can't even get the vest and shit, cause you can't even fit the vest for real.
I had one, but it was like then I gotta pay for her ticket, and then you gotta pay for the expensive ass pictures, which is why me and Donise end up falling out anyway, cause she felt like she was entitled to more of the pictures than what I gave her, and I'm like, Slim, these motherfuckers like $65, Slim. You getting these little 10 little wallet joints and going about your business, Slim. You know what I'm saying? Like all the rest of this shit going to my family and all. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't put out with nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then the dinner afterwards. You know what I'm saying? A little nightcap afterwards too. You know what I'm saying? But hey. You know what I'm saying? Should have gave you all the pictures. It's like, nah, let me go ahead and chill. Anyway.
Yeah. You think she could have at least got like a frame, just like something like that?
Nah, if I can go back, I would have gave her more pictures. I ain't.
You were toxic Teddy back then.
I wasn't, but it was toxicness in me because of what I went through in high school. You know what I'm saying? But other than that was, as far as like crushes go, yeah, that was pretty much it, man. It wasn't.
Whole T, I forgot to mention 11th grade that I had a crush on one of your crushes, Shalia. I had a crush on her for like the latter half of 11th grade, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Shalia again. You out there. I'm finding a way to get this to you. You out there listening. I know you all married and all that, but I don't,
Shut up.
This from high school, 2007. I mean, she know what it was. She know what it is. She married now, but 2005, that was all me. Or at least I wanted it to be. You know what I'm saying?
Stop.
But we did.
Stop.
We did go out our senior year. We was fake Valentine's and one time towards the summer. It was like for some reason I just didn't enjoy going out with girls knowing I was about to graduate. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't that feeling, like the feelings was gone. You know what I'm saying? like cause once you found out you was graduating, the shit was like a big spectacle, remember?
Yeah.
And you going to the real world now, and that life about to hit you this way, that way. You ain't even about to be seeing all these people no more. And of course, social media wasn't how it is now.
Yeah.
So
it was MySpace though.
MySpace was popping, but you wasn't gonna have 5,000 friends on MySpace.
Yeah, that's actual facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you just clamoring to be in the top 5, top 10, top 20 and shit.
Yeah. So it was like, I can't. We at the movies or we go out to eat, and I'm eating and I'm thinking to myself like, I can't enjoy this. Like I've literally been waiting for this moment for 2 years, and I can't enjoy it because I know in a couple months I'm not gonna see you again. Like you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it, dog.
So I mean, that was my high school. That was my high school crushes. Like, shout out to all y'all. And the ones I forgot, y'all should have did something memorable so I can remember.
That's messed up, dog.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
I mean, they're not going to know who it is because they don't know because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And they not going to remember because I don't remember, So.
Like, and shout out to the girls that actually had crushes on me that ain't even let me know. It's kind of messed up.
That is messed up.
I respect it, though. I respect it.
I ain't had nobody never come on, I used to have a crush on you. I guess, I don't got I got a crush on you in high school looks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, neither did I. Come to find out, like, there was one female that actually had a crush on me, and I didn't know. But the thing is, like, this was when I was trying to talk to the kid. Like, she found out. She was like, do you know I had a crush on you? I was like, no. Like, why the hell, how would I know? You ain't let me know. Like, I let the kid know I had a crush on her. Come on, give me a sign or something. But then I found out that she had crushes on like everybody. So I was like, that ain't make me feel any better.
Yeah, that ain't that. Yeah, it was a few of them girls. Them girls definitely don't count. Yeah. All right. So, before we go, do you want to hear that story?
No, I need to hear that story with it. Come on, bro. I need it.
All right. So, I ain't gonna say we press up for time, but I'm not gonna go into specific details, but I will tell a story enough for you to paint a picture. So, this was in middle school. This is in 7th grade. I went to Thurgood Marshall. This was like one of the most intricate years of my life because it was like a transition year. So, living in Forestville, I had friends, like best friends and bros, in the neighborhood. And then, as you know, when we created the dynasty in high school, those are like bros from different areas.
Mm-hmm.
So 7th grade and I'll say 8th grade too, those are integral years because the stars were aligned, whereas though I was surrounded by both at the same time. Just didn't know it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so 7th grade, I had a huge crush on this girl. Her name was Alana. I don't remember her last name, but she was like, had to have been like 5'5", baby face, light skin, long hair, big little puffy eyes. But like, you know how girls be having the little big eyes and shit. Mm-hmm. Real pretty, real adorable. Yeah. I had a huge crush on this girl. And so, I wanted to talk to her, too nervous. I had a friend that knew her, used to live up the street. Her name was LaVonda. I asked her, I said, yo, I'm going to write Slim a letter. If I write a letter, can you give it to her for me? So she's like, oh, yeah, all right, cool. So I go home over the weekend and I write a letter and a poem. The letter's like 2 pages and the poem like 2 pages. So I'm just saying all types of shit too. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to marry you. I got a crush on you. You the best thing since sliced bread.
Yeah,
like
those are the go-tos, man. If you tell a girl in middle school you want to marry her and shit like that, that's supposed to get it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I fold the joint up, staple it and shit. You know what I'm saying? I give it to LaVonda. And I was trying to walk off, but the girl came around the corner while I was giving it to LaRonda and shit. So I couldn't have played it off because the girl just clearly seen me give LaRonda the little shit. You know what I'm saying? So LaRonda being all hot and shit, she turned around, oh, here she go right now. You know what I'm saying? So me, I run all, I hurry up, all ass off, sweating and shit. And I'm like, oh shit, let me go ahead, So I go home and shit. I come back the next day, I'm in my locker, and Slim like, yeah, I read your little love letter in your poems, and that's the nicest thing anybody ever said to me. Like, I'm gonna keep that forever or whatever. And so I was like, yeah, just let you know how I feel, I like been crushing on you for a little while now. And she was like, I got a boyfriend, but we could be friends. And then she reached up and grabbed my shoulder and shit. So, when she grabbed my shoulder, I felt even more in love. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we could be friends. Anything you want. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we go to lunch, and it's me and a couple of bros or whatever. And shout out to Jew, shout out to Charles, shout out to a couple of more Forestville brethren that was here. And so a cuz walk up and was like, yo, who is Avery? And me, as Avery, I'm like, yeah, who wanna know? You know what I'm saying? And he was like, okay, must be you. Yeah, you wrote my girl a love letter? And I was like, oh yeah, but I didn't know she had a boyfriend. She told me I don't want no problems, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, all right, cool. I'm just letting you know she got a dude, just formally letting you know. I'm like, I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah. He did what you supposed to do. Then he took it too far. Because when I was like, all right, cool, I don't want no smoke. He was like, I ain't want to smack the shit out of you or nothing like that. And I'm like, all right, hold up. Chill.
Yeah, that you definitely overstepping your boundaries, bro.
Pull cuz to the side. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, you ain't had to say that. I'm eating lunch with my mans and you trying to make a scene. Like, don't do that, bro. Because one, it's like a million Forestville niggas are here. And I don't know where you from, but you're not from here. You know what I'm saying? So it's not going to go well for you anyway. You know what I mean? Like, but I didn't say that. But in my mind, I'm thinking that. Because you kind of got like a safety blanket. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's literally like we got kicked out of Thurgood for causing havoc. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, that could have been you, bro. Like, you don't understand? Like, and I wasn't even that type of person, but at the end of the day, you want to feel protected, too. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's like, bro, you ain't have to say that. You know what I'm saying? Just go on about today. I'm going to leave her alone. Cool. He's like, all right, cool. Go back, eat my little lunch, my little fake little school McRib, and, the apple juice. Apple juice and milk, you know what I'm saying? And then it's like, we leaving lunch, and we see him and, like, his mans, and they walk down. They like, oh, yeah, it's because I was about to smack the shit out of her earlier, trying to, write love letters to my girl and all that. And I'm like, come on, bro, chill. Like, chill, bro. You just said it wasn't no problem. Now you trying to fake in front of your mans. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, so what, you want to see me or something? Or he said that. And I was like, nah, bro, ain't no problems or nothing. And then he was like, oh, all right, cool. And then I was like, I just catch you when I catch you or whatever. And walked off. So like a good 3 weeks, 2-3 weeks went past, and I already told like my man's like, hey, I'm gonna just catch him one day and fight him. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be on my time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I decided that one Friday I'm gonna fight him, and they got the long line of school buses outside Thurgood. Anybody went to Thurgood know they got the long line of school buses, and niggas used to fight in between the buses all the time. So I just like was gonna be one of the participants one time. You know what I'm saying? So one Friday, before I even went to my last period, I put all my books in the locker. I already planned to not do shit in the last period. That's why I ain't bringing no books. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Go to the little bathroom right before school and to get my book bag, because I used to carry around my book bag even though I ain't carry no books in the motherfucking shit. And soon the bell ring, I'm going to haul ass to the buses, and they give you like 10, 15 minutes before the buses pull off anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm going to haul ass to the buses, and if I see them, I'm going to just steal them. So the bell ring, and I see my man, see my bro. Shout out to Charles, see bro. He's like, yo, you good? I'm like, yeah, I'm straight. We go to the buses, and it's already niggas fighting. So I'm like, damn, niggas already fighting and shit. And then bro was like, don't you, ain't that cuz that you was going to see right there? and bro getting punished. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, yeah, that is him, ain't it? And I was like, I should go fuck him up anyway and shit. So when they had like stopped wrecking, cause I told my bro I'm about to just go steal him anyway for the hell of it. So I went over there, stole him, got on top of him, and I'm like crushing him. You know what I mean? He just got crushed, so it ain't too much he can do anyway. You know what I'm saying? And niggas just like, damn, who the fuck is that? Damn, who the fuck is that? That's all I heard in the background. I said, damn, who the fuck is that and shit. And then next thing you know, everybody hop on the buses because the bus in the front would give on. They would like honk the horn and shit to let you know the bus is about to leave. And so everybody is scattered. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, running the buses and shit out. Everybody haul ass and get jumping on the bus and shit. And so we come back to Monday, and you know they pull like a bunch of niggas in the office. It's like 25 niggas in the office, man. And like that was the first time that I met like a lot of the Forest Creek niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then niggas just been cool ever since and shit. Like that was the first, like niggas by fighting and shit. Niggas done common enemies and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, right. Like, it's not uncommon to meet a Forest Creek nigga in a fight.
Yeah.
It's not uncommon.
Yeah. So that's like, you know, that's how I know like a lot of them niggas. But that was just as a story and shit. I just wanted to get that out there. So, you got any closing thoughts before we leave?
And closing thoughts. I like to say just, man, like and subscribe if you can.
Please.
And look forward for more.
Please.
Like, stop saying please.
What's wrong, man?
Like, I understand that, but once is enough.
That's not enough. I'm damn near about to beg. You know what I'm saying? Like, keep on.
All right, bro. Like I said, like and subscribe.
Please.
I hate you so much. Shut up. It'll be greatly appreciated if you guys were to hit us up if you did want to do anything as far as shooting was concerned, like any short film ideas. Like, trust me, like I have more than enough know-how within myself to write scripts that I can add in pretty much anybody with any personality as far as my scripts are concerned. If you want to really just be a part of the things that we're doing, as far as like scripts or photography or even just cinema in general, you can hit us up on any of our pages. We already told you the links to them, but mine, Michael Watford, on
hold on, he's forgetting that it's way more than that because we had this conversation yesterday. We need people to hold mics. We need people to hold lights. So if your passion is holding up lighting, you know what I'm saying?
Shut up.
If you could hold up a mean microphone, man, please don't feel free to. This nigga laughing. I'm telling you, bro. We gonna need people. I'm telling you, bro. We gonna need people, bro. You laughing? I'm dead serious, man. Michael Walker. Go ahead, plug.
Yeah.
Bear Blackman.
Yeah, Bear Blackman, Avery Blackman for his
Avery,
IG, or for his page. Mine, 4 of a kind Mike. That's 4OFAKYND _ Mike on Instagram, and Avery's Bear _ Blackman.
Yes, sir.
And also your other two, like I can't remember them.
4 of a kind Teddy photography _ after each one. So _ after 4 of a kind. _ after Teddy, and then _ after photography, you know, and feel free to message me on any one of them. I'm on Twitter, you know what I'm saying, the Tribal Chief Teddy, you know what I'm saying.
I'm not a big Twitter fan.
I mean, it's just too much act up on there for me not to be, you know, like feeling like it's home, you know what I'm saying.
Toxic Teddy.
Sometimes, hey, I'm all about balance, but yeah, definitely appreciate y'all for listening. And I guess we out.